everybody, it's December 22nd. As you can see, I have the same shirt as yesterday. That's because I recorded these in one go. I also felt like the energy was good when I recorded this, so I thought, why the hell not continue and do more? Anyway, today is December 22nd. We're going through games 16 through 13, so with the next one, tomorrow we're going into the top 10 games. Ah, that's so exciting. And, man, I can't wait to talk about these games. So, let's get started. My number 16 is a game that was recently reworked and released, a new and fresher version of it. The new game is also on my 100, or on my list, and I've mentioned it already. That is XCOM UFO Defense. And it was called XCOM UFO Defense on PC, but it was actually called XCOM Enemy Unknown if you got it on PlayStation or on the console, which I had. But later on, I've gotten it for PC as well, through Steam. Thank you, Steam. And XCOM UFO Defense is the best tactical strategy game that I've ever played in my life, I think. Maybe there's one higher up on the list now when I think about it. I don't think so, though. I think this is the highest one. The world is being invaded by aliens. Once again, it's the same setting as Enemy Unknown, the newer one. But in this one, there's a lot. You build bases on Earth. So first of all, you begin with showing Earth or seeing Earth. You move around this world, this globe. You put your base somewhere, and then you can build that base. You build bunkers, you build hangars, you build everything that is needed for that base to function. Research facilities, alien captivity facilities where you can keep them captured. And something cool with this is that you also build your ships, you buy your transports, you buy your units. Every soldier can be customized with their name, and every soldier has, I think it's 7 different stats that are different for each one. Strength, morale, health, what else is it? I don't remember. Agility, and all these things change how they play, what they can carry, how much action points they get, and what they do best on the battlefield. And it's just mind-blowing how many things you can customize and think about. And you can also name them. I mentioned that already. So, obviously you always name them into something that has to do with your friends or nicknames that you just enjoy. And then these soldiers go out and to the hardest missions that you've ever experienced, ever. And they die a lot. And your soldiers will die, but some of them will survive and get higher ranks because they will level up and get better. And once they start doing that, you really build up a story for each soldier that you have. And eventually, the mission comes where they will also die. Or either make it through the whole campaign and just be amazing. So, throughout this map there will also be like invasions, there will be ships that you will have to shoot down to send out your own interceptors to stop them. And once they go down, you send out your, Sky Ranger, I believe it's called, to deploy your units or your XCOM operatives or soldiers. I think they called soldiers in this game. And you go out and kill these aliens, and the awesome thing about this game is that every unit has action points, it's turn-based still, all the enemies are hidden in different areas, and you can pick up items as you go. If one of your soldiers die, one of your other soldiers can go there and pick up even the body, if you want to bring it back home. And the gear that they lost and such. You can even pick up aliens' gear, but you won't be able to use it until you take it back home and research the weapons so that you know how they work, and it's just... This game is amazing, and as I talk about it, I kind of feel like I want to play it. XCOM UFO Defense. It's a great game. Go and check it out. It looks fugly. I still think the graphics are not necessarily good looking, but they are very nice in the fact that they're kind of cartoonish and they feel good when you play it. I love this game. Did I also mention, by the way, that the fact that you also send out soldiers to attack their places and bases and ships that have crashed, they also attack your base. So the base that you've built is now the battlefield that you will have to fight on. That is just amazing. So depending on how you built your base and where they can get in, the fight will be different depending on how cleverly you built your base. And every single soldier on that base will fight for you when that starts. So all the low-ranked people that you left behind, not going out through missions because you thought they would just be backups, now they're there with pistols, and they have to fight back, somehow. Yeah. Oh man, this game. My number 15 is another game, it's a horror game, I've mentioned a few other games from this game series already, and that is Resident Evil 1. The first game, it's amazing. Man, I feel really hyped about these games today. Resident Evil 1 is the first game in the series that when I played this the first time, it was in a store, we got to try it out. I didn't understand anything about the controls. I understood how you equip the knife, but how do I use the knife? Why can't I attack? Why do I hold... So basically you have to hold in one of the triggers, then hit the attack button. But back then, every game was like attack with one button, so I didn't really understand how do I kill this zombie that is coming towards me right now. But Resident Evil 1 was supposed to be a spoof of old horror movies. So the game even starts like a horror movie. And I will show you that here. And there are real actors that are never seen again. They're just in the intro to give that kind of feel of it. And the dialogue in this game, oh, it's so good. I think I might even cut in some lines right here, and if I don't, I will just cut this away.
What is this?
What is it?
Blood. Hope this is not Chris's blood. What is it? What is it? It was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
It's an amazing game, Resident Evil 1. You're a part of the Alpha team, Stars. Or the Bravo team. I think you're Alpha. No, you're Bravo? I don't remember exactly which one you are actually. You're a part of Stars anyway. One unit has already gone to this mansion in the hills to investigate a situation, but they've gone missing. So of course they send another squad out with the same amount of people to find out what's happening. And you heard curious rumors about people attack, or dog attacks, or is it people attacks? I don't remember exactly because it's a bit about that in the fact that at least people have been eaten in the mountains. So you're going to this mansion to find the other team, and as you land, you find a dead body. This is in the intro cutscene, by the way. And the dogs come and they hunt you down into this mansion, and you are stuck, and you have to find another way out. And there the mystery begins. And people goes missing, and you have to somehow get through this mansion that has a lot of secret keyholes and things and puzzles for some reason that is not really, not really touched on why they would hide a magnum gun behind a lion statue that you have to put a diamond in its eye to make it turn so that you get the magnum pistol. I don't know why that would be a thing, but it's a thing and I love it. So Resident Evil 1, my number 15. My number 14, man, I've been so hyped about the last few games that I mentioned that I feel like this will be kind of meh compared to those, because this is Son of the Enders 1. And I love this game. It's created by Hideo Kojima, who also made Metal Gear Solid, and it's about this boy who is running away from an invasion, I believe, on his home. And he escapes into a storage facility, I believe, and he ends up inside this robot called Jehuti. And it talks to him, and basically you're in the storage unit, or in the storage area, and you're getting attacked, or the enemies are flowing into the room, coming into the room, and you have to defend yourself, and you're in this robot, and that's basically where the game starts. You start fighting, and then you decide, I don't know why, or how, or when, or what, or anything, but I believe that you decide to fight back, or that you can't get out of the robot, so that you are actually just going out and you start fighting. And it's about this... Oh, you're going out to save your friend as well. I remember that part. You find your friend somewhere, and she is also... she jumps into the Jehuti unit with you, and you go around doing things. And I remember the story being great and everything. It was very heartfelt and emotional. I just don't remember every detail about the game, sadly. But Son of the Enders. The thing is, not only did I love the story back then, I do remember that I loved the story, so shh. But the fact is that the gameplay is so amazingly fun. Back when I was a kid, I was a huge fan of Robotech, and the fact that basically the series is about, well, I'm not going to tell what it's about, but in that series there was a plane that could turn into a robot. And those robots fighting, I always thought it was so cool, and this is the first game that I've played personally that made me feel like I controlled one of those units. And I was just a huge fan of it. I've always also loved the fact where you have a robot unit that shoots a lot of lasers or rockets at the same time, and you do that in this game. So, yes, Zone of the Enders 1. Zone of the Enders 2 was mentioned on my list a few days ago, but Zone of the Enders 1 is better than the second one. Mostly because of the story and the feels, and the characters in this one I feel were better than in the second one, so that's my main reason for that. My number 14, Zone of the Enders 1. My last game of today, number 13, unlucky number there, is Fallout 1. The first Fallout game where war never changes. Or I guess you'd say war twice, but Fallout 1 is a game that if you only played Fallout 3 and anything after that, or Fallout 4 for that matter, I don't think that you could look at Fallout 1 and 2 and say, those games looks pretty good, because they don't. Fallout 1 and 2 are Fallout 1 in this case, are click adventure kind of thing. It's a really deep RPG experience, but it's a turn-based combat, and it's a click adventure feel to it. You walk around this grid. Everything is grid-based, all the areas and maps that you arrive to or come to. But the fact is that the fighting is within that system. So you click and you walk around on this grid, on areas. I'll show you up here. And as soon as an enemy walk into your line of sight or they find you, combat starts. And suddenly you use action points to move around this grid, to use your weapons, to reload, to heal, and stuff like that. And throughout this story, there's a lot of... You don't have to fight that much in these games, and that's also something that I love. You can use your talking skills a lot. You can talk to basically all characters in the game. Some only have like pop-ups when you click on them, and they have one comment or something like that, but there's a lot of characters that you can talk to. And as you do this, something that's really interesting about this game is that in the beginning you also set out your stats. Strength, perception, endurance, charm, intelligence, luck. No. Agility and luck. Special. And when you do this, depending on how you set your stats, the game will change. No, the game will still stay the same, but the way that you interact with things within the game changes. For example, there is one example that I really like to talk about. I don't remember if this is in the first game or the second game now when I think about it, but it's this cow herder. That is really dumb, sadly. And if you have high intelligence, you will not be able to understand him, because you go up to him and he will be like, "Cow's trouble, oh help!" And you will be, "What? What did you say? I don't really understand it. Cow's trouble, help!" And you will just ignore him as a moron, an idiot. But if you have low intelligence, suddenly your characters, I don't remember the dialogue exactly, obviously, but your character would be like, "Oh, cows? Help? Where?" And then you go on a mission to help him save his cows. And or the Brahmin, I guess. They're not actually cows, though they are cows, but with two heads. Nuclear fallout and all that. And I just love this fact that things like that changes. And in the new Fallout games, all of that is within the dialogue options. They actually show you what would change if you had different stats. In this game, you don't know. You don't know if you had a higher intelligence right now, you would have a different options, because that is not shown to you. There's not an option that says, oh, if you had 7 intelligence, you would be able to say this. No, but if you had 7 intelligence and walked up to talk to them, you would notice that there's another option now. And stuff like that, I just really love. The story of Fallout 1 is, by the way, that the nuclear fallout happened, the world has ended, you were a part of the vault program, so you were stuck in a vault. Oh man, what's the vault number? I want to say 111, but that's not right. I don't really remember. 113? I don't remember. I don't remember the vault number. Oh, well, anyway. And in your vault, the water ship is broken. So the water purification is not working, and you are running out of water. So you're sent out to the wasteland to find a new water ship for the machine. Or for your vault, I guess. And you have a set number of days to do this. So there's actually a time limit for you as well. And the time limit goes down whenever you move on the world map and such. And the game will warn you now and then that now you have 5 days left, now you have 4 days left, now you have 3 days left to do this. I think you have 100 days to begin with, which sounds like a lot, but when you move around the map and a day passes, like every square inch that you walk, it's not that much time. But the game is great. There's a lot to find and unlock and things to do that feels so natural. I love the fact that everything that you do next to the main story doesn't feel forced upon you. Like in many other RPG games where there's a lot of side options, you're like, you go and talk to this guy and he'll say, could you do this for me, please? And then you unlock a quest, and then you have a quest up in the corner and you feel like, I guess I should finish that before I do anything else. In this game, you just walk up to talk to someone and they say, hey, no, I have kind of an issue with this thing. And then you can go and do that if you want to. And I just love that. I just love that you go and do that and suddenly you're like, oh, maybe I should go back and talk to him again. And you do, and he will be like, oh, thank you for helping me on that thing that I didn't actually ask you to help me with, but thank you. I miss that open feeling of the first Fallout games. Even the new Fallout games has an issue with your unlocking quests. It's still good, but it's not as good as Fallout 1. My number 13. Alright everybody, thank you for watching. This was December 22nd, game 16 through 13. Do you notice that I'm more excited about these games than the other 70, 80 on the list? Though all these games are of course games that I'm excited to play and that I would always want to play if someone asked me to. Well, I mean it depends on my mood obviously if I want to play something, but all these games I would enjoy to play again. But now as we are moving up to the top 20, or top 10 next video even, it's just a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, and I just love these games from now on, which I think you'll notice in the way that I talk about these games. So, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to check the links above to find the previous and next video, and also there's a playlist that you can find in the center here and down below where you can find all my videos covering my top 100 games of all time. I hope you enjoy, and I will see you again tomorrow, and then on December 24th and 25th, the last 8 games will be covered, and I hope to see you then.